grapple with the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, tensions between China and Taiwan have been steadily increasing. China, which considers Taiwan to be a part of its territory, has been ramping up military exercises in the region, causing alarm among Taiwanese officials and the international community. It is clear that Taiwan's growing relationship with the United States is a key factor in China's actions. As the Trump administration took a number of steps to strengthen ties with Taiwan, including approving arms sales and encouraging high-level visits, China perceived these actions as a direct threat to its national security. But is this the only factor at play? What other underlying reasons may be driving China's recent escalation of military exercises against Taiwan? The situation is complex and fraught with historical and political complexities and raises questions like, why is China escalating its military exercises against Taiwan? What are the potential consequences of such actions? And what impact will this have on the already tenuous relationship between China and Taiwan? In today's video, we will delve deeper into these questions and examine the complex issues at play in the escalating tensions between China and Taiwan. By exploring the historical context, the reasons behind China's actions, the potential consequences, and the impact on the relationship between China and Taiwan, we hope to provide a better understanding of this critical situation. But before we start, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay connected. So without further ado, let's get started. Historical context. The historical context of the tensions between China and Taiwan dates back to the Chinese Civil War in 1949, when the Communist Party of China defeated the Nationalists and established the People's Republic of China, PRC. The Nationalists fled to Taiwan and established the Republic of China, ROC, as a separate entity. Since then, China has considered Taiwan as part of its territory and has not ruled out the use of military force to reunite Taiwan with the mainland. In the 1970s, the United States established diplomatic relations with the PRC and recognized it as the sole legal government of China, while still maintaining unofficial relations with Taiwan. This led to a period of relative stability in the Taiwan Strait, but tensions have risen in recent years, with China becoming increasingly assertive in its claims to Taiwan. In 2016, Tsai Ing-wen, who supports Taiwan's independence, was elected president of Taiwan, leading to a deterioration in relations between China and Taiwan. China has since stepped up military exercises in the region and has taken other measures to isolate Taiwan diplomatically. The historical context of the relationship between China and Taiwan underscores the complexity of the current situation. The issue of Taiwan's status is deeply rooted in history and ideology, and any resolution will require delicate diplomacy and political will from both sides. Reasons behind China's actions. There are several factors that may be driving China's recent escalation of military exercises against Taiwan. The most significant of these is likely Taiwan's growing relationship with the United States. Under the Trump administration, the U.S. took a number of steps to strengthen ties with Taiwan, including approving arms sales and encouraging high-level visits. This was seen by China as a direct threat to its national security and may have prompted China to take a more aggressive stance towards Taiwan. In addition to concerns about Taiwan's relationship with the U.S., there may be other underlying factors driving China's actions. For example, China's economic slowdown and rising nationalism could be contributing to a desire to assert its power in the region. China's leader, Xi Jinping, has been promoting a more assertive foreign policy and may see Taiwan as a key area in which to demonstrate China's strength. Another factor that may be contributing to China's actions is the upcoming 100th anniversary of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, in 2021. The CCP has long considered Taiwan to be a part of China, and the anniversary could be seen as an opportunity to demonstrate China's commitment to reunification. This may be particularly important for Xi Jinping, who has been positioning himself as a strong leader and who may see reunification with Taiwan as a key part of his legacy. It is also worth noting that China's actions may be driven by domestic political considerations. Nationalism is on the rise in China, and the government may see taking a tough stance towards Taiwan as a way to bolster support among the Chinese people. Additionally, China's military-industrial complex may be pushing for increased military spending and activity in the region as a way to justify its own existence and maintain its influence within the government. Regardless of the specific reasons behind China's actions, It is clear that the situation is complex and multifaceted. It is likely that there are a variety of factors at play, and it may be difficult to fully understand the motivations behind China's recent escalation of military exercises against Taiwan. What is clear, however, is that the situation is volatile and could have serious consequences for the region and the world as a whole. As tensions continue to rise, there is a risk of a full-blown military conflict between China and Taiwan, which could have devastating consequences for both sides. Any such conflict could have a significant impact on the global economy, which is already fragile due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Potential consequences. The escalation of tension between China and Taiwan has the potential to lead to a full-blown military conflict, with devastating consequences for both sides. China's military exercises, including the use of warplanes and naval vessels, have increased the risk of accidental clashes or miscalculations, which could quickly escalate into a larger conflict. In addition to the military consequences, a conflict between China and Taiwan could have severe economic consequences. Both China and Taiwan are major players in the global economy, and any disruption to their economic activity would have ripple effects around the world. A conflict could lead to disruptions in global supply chains, decreased trade, and increased instability in financial markets. Furthermore, a military conflict would have significant humanitarian consequences, including the displacement of people, the loss of life and property, and the creation of refugee crises. It is crucial that all parties involved take steps to prevent such a conflict from occurring and work toward a peaceful resolution of the issues at hand. Impact on the relationship between China and Taiwan. The escalating tensions between China and Taiwan have significant implications for the relationship between the two sides. With China ramping up military exercises and Taiwan increasingly seeking support from the United States and other allies, the possibility of conflict looms large. But what impact will this have on the relationship between China and Taiwan, and what steps can be taken to mitigate the risk of a catastrophic outcome? The relationship between China and Taiwan has always been complex, with both sides holding vastly different views on the status of Taiwan. China sees Taiwan as a part of its territory, while Taiwan views itself as an independent sovereign state. This fundamental disagreement has led to tensions and conflicts over the years, and the current situation is no different. The recent escalation of military exercises by China has only served to exacerbate the situation. Taiwan sees these exercises as a direct threat to its national security and has responded by seeking support from its allies, including the United States. This, in turn, has angered China, which views any foreign interference in the Taiwan issue as unacceptable. The result has been a deterioration in the relationship between China and Taiwan. Communication between the two sides has become increasingly strained, with both sides accusing the other of aggression and provocation. The risk of a military conflict is very real, and the consequences of such a conflict would be catastrophic for both sides. However, there is hope for a peaceful resolution to this issue. Despite the current tensions, both China and Taiwan have expressed a desire for dialogue and diplomacy. There have been some positive steps in this direction, including the recent resumption of high-level talks between China and Taiwan. If both sides can continue to engage in meaningful dialogue, there may be a way to resolve this issue without resorting to military conflict. Conclusion. The escalation of China's military exercises against Taiwan is a complex and volatile situation that has far-reaching implications for regional and global stability. It is essential for both sides to engage in meaningful dialogue and find common ground to avoid a potential military conflict and economic fallout. What steps can be taken to de-escalate tensions and promote a peaceful resolution between China and Taiwan? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. We will meet you soon in a new video.